Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Neki broadcast. We are playing ladder and we are doing live commentary, and we are going to leverage all our knowledge of the game to try to win. That's why we are here. We are here to win. Apparently, I forgot to set timer, which should be fine, I would say. Not a problem, but we shall see. Anyway, we are going to need all the time in the world, I feel, because we are playing versus on a giant map, what it feels like a giant map. And drakes are not particularly good on this map. Why? Because on this corridor there are sometimes small skirmishes, and drakes, as we know, are not good at skirmishes. They are good at huge fights out in the open. Now, I forgot how this map works. There are obviously 10 villages to grab, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would like to believe. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From this perspective, I am tempted to recruit a fighter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's unfortunate. Probably fighter was a bad idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need a glider as well. At least this one is quick. He can see the map, and I do feel that I need another village grabber for the bottom part. So there will be one up. I'm not really sure. So I have two options. I can either go up, or I can either go middle with my leader. It feels a bit more natural to go top. Why? Because this fighter could then go bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would just recruit another glider. Just feels that I need some. So I will do this. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this particular fighter could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm happy with that. I'll basically send the fighter here, and I'll send these two gliders below. Be a bit. It's probably not the best of village grabbing. However, it will have to do for now. Not really sure whether I did it the best way or not. It's going to take me a while to grab these villages. Probably I will not be able to rush. However, remember, I am Drake, so don't think it would be much of a problem, to be honest with you. And I will like to recruit some clashes here to withstand any possible attacks from my opponent. I will need also some clashes below. Not really sure whether this particular fighter was needed. However, it makes me feel more comfortable that I have 3 village grabbers rather than 2. This would have been an absolute pain to grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, definitely no. It's not going to work. And having these many the problem with drakes is that these gliders are a bit useless, I'd like to say. That is the only problem with drakes. Do this, then I would do that. But now if I think about it, this particular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this particular glider could grab this. This particular glider could grab that. Then they could both go bottom. So it just feels that this one is a bit useless here, to be I'm absolutely honest with you. However, I feel that I should have a unit bottom, and I could use this strong quick one to scout instead of grabbing villages. If I have another unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another unit capable of grabbing villages. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really sure. So let's see. It's quick anyway. So, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's one movement cost on the mountain. So Clasher can get the village with absolutely no problem. So strong, quick. That's what I like to see. I can go back and forth. I can dance around until my opponent becomes dizzy. Now, I'm not really sure whether I should keep my leader forward or whether I should move him towards this keep. I'll move him towards that keep, just in case. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have grabbed the village with the leader. However, I'm more concerned with getting to this keep. Can I get to this keep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even get to that keep. It just feels this particular fighter was not needed, to be honest, if you ask me at this point. Because sure, can grab villages. Oops. Okay, I thought I did a bit of misclick there. Apparently not. This one could grab, so this warrior could grab this village now. So I could use this a bit more aggressively to scout rather than grab villages. And again, I could use this one a bit more aggressively to scout rather than grab villages again. So I could do this, and I could do that. Don't see much. A bit more forward. Yeah, so I could just scout and then pull back to the village. I do feel I need another clasher. No matter what happens, clashes are absolutely key. And there it is, another village. Now, my leader is in a, I would say, nice position to be hidden from scouts going north. He won't be able to see what my leader is. However, a scout coming south would probably reveal everything. I need 2 more villages, and there we are. We would have finished the village grabbing process. I'm really excited to find out what my opponent actually is. I have a resilient, strong fighter, so that would help me deal with rushes. But if I were to go back to being player 2 on this map, I would have simply recruited 2 gliders, and that's it. There was no need for me to do all these dancing around. I do have my gliders in aggressive positions for scouting, a bit more aggressive positions, arguably, but it feels it's not worth paying the price of an extra unit in the beginning. A unit which is basically draining your income. It's just not worth it. Not really sure what he is. Has he seen me already? If he's elf, for example, okay, elf. There it is. He is elf. He has the 9 movement scout, and now I'm a bit. I regret a bit recruiting all these clashes, right? So I don't think he will be able to attack me. To be fair, highly doubt that. However, his scouts are more useful than my scouts, to be fair. So from this perspective, elves are a bit better here. Also, he has the option of recruiting mermans, which I do not, which would be again quite beneficial on this lake. He could also help himself with 60% defense. This particular river. Not really sure whether that is a game changer or not. I personally prefer the Nagas from Orc or the Mermans from Loyalist. It just feels the Elvish Merman do not do that much. He has probably, due to his excellent scouting with 10 movement points, right? Oh, if you hover over this, it tells you the penalties apparently. So if I hover this over this, I can see the penalties that mountains is 1. Yeah, great. Anyway, let me make use of my ever so aggressive scouting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did absolutely nothing. I saw absolutely nothing. However, because I have this fighter here, it could have been a recruit here on this village, so it's not necessarily doing that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say, happy with this? 5. There it is. Fighters all around. It just feels that there are wowzers lurking somewhere, waiting for me to jump in. Now, in terms of elf, best way to play this would be, he can surround this. Now he cannot. The best way to play this would be, can still surround this, however I doubt he will. Highly doubt he will. I highly doubt he will make any movement forward. Basically what I need to do is recruit lots and lots of fighters. That's all I need to be doing in this game. So I would do, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have plenty of movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess this is the place where you want to be. And I'll be recruiting tons of fighters simply because they have mobility and they have fire as ranged, which is also good versus wowzers, and they can cover all this large area, and that should make up for an extraordinarily powerful attack during the next day. So Elf is probably boxed in. He's preparing his defense at this point. I have, say, 3 clashes. It's a bit too much. And these clashes can be slowed down by those shamans, elvish shamans. And I can't really go back and forth because I will be slowed down and I will lose 1 unit here, 1 unit there. It would be absolutely ridiculous. Therefore, I don't particularly like going in versus elf. And what I do like is doing one big fight that would basically decide the game. However, it really depends on his leader. If his leader is red mage, then I'm absolutely happy to have that fight. If his leader is something useless like a druid, I'm more than happy to have that fight. If his leader is an elvish hero, I don't particularly mind the fight, but his leader will be able to contribute quite a lot. Then if his leader is something like an archer, then I would be a bit scared because he would basically rip through most of my units. Now he is trying to do a surround here on my glider. I don't recommend this to anybody. It's just not worth it, I feel. Now, what I do like about this fighter is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can go on this village, and I can bring the glider a bit higher up, so the glider can get more information. from this position than it can from the other position. Either way, I don't see him doing any kind of movement during first night. It's just too difficult, and I will be recruiting and using my leader, which is an absolute beast. He does not have the terrain advantage. As you can see, he's just going back and forth. There is the merman that I was talking about. Nice addition to complete the defense. However, I'm not particularly scared of that. And what I am particularly scared of is archers and shamans. I have not yet seen a shaman. Shamans are incredibly useful in counter attacking. So if I see a shaman, I don't even think I'm going to attack this day. I think I'm going to make it even more. I'm going to go to the longer, basically to the later stages of the game. Okay, there is this sneaky scout here trying to make things happen. And I will be scouting to see whether there is any sneakiness going around here. Okay, there is something afoot, definitely. How about here? Yeah, he can't do much from here. This one can't do much. I will be able to retreat no matter how he plays it. So from this perspective, we are fine. In terms of what happens, so 1, 2, 3, 4, even say 5, to be honest. I really don't mind. Let's see, 4. So more archers coming. I still don't know what his leader is. But this time I feel that I could get a bit more aggressive with my scouting. There is his leader, ladies and gentlemen. An elvish druid. It's an absolute useless leader. So from this perspective, I think I am absolutely fine. I don't see him doing all that much. Now, in terms of his, if he tries to attack my glider, I don't see him very well. I can even try to put my clasher here just in case, prevent any shenanigans from happening. And I will always have this escape route for my glider. So the forest would be the escape route. He can't really do much. Now, in terms of my reach with this, I could really use quick fighter. So I'm just going to keep recruiting fighters until I get a quick one. Okay, quick resilient one. I want to get this fighter involved in this south skirmish. I just feel that he is treating this south front a bit more relaxed. If I had a quick resilient fighter, perhaps put him on deep water, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe in deep water here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or maybe in deep water here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if I could put a fighter here, I would at least force his leader to come below, recruit a merman, do something with the south front, and then my fighter can come up and support the attack. Now, in terms of him doing shenanigans with the fighters, don't expect him to do much at this point. My leader can even reach here if needed, so I can even be a bit more aggressive. There's no reason. Again, I'm not going to do anything before the right time of day. Absolutely nothing. Strong, quick. That is absolutely fine. And as you can see, I have yet to recruit a Saurian. I have not recruited any Saurians. I'm just preparing for a massive day attack. So that is, I think I'm in a strong position. I don't think I will recruit any Saurians whatsoever. Perhaps one Ogre, and that would be it for healing. Saurian Augurs. Other than that, don't really know what to do. Well, I could perhaps go for some skirmishers. Skirmishers are always nice to basically get that extra get that extra tile to attack from. Well, let's see what he is doing here. He is scouting. He's seeing my unit composition and he's trying to counter it, obviously, with those archers. That is absolutely fine from his side. He has not much else to do. I feel that we are the ones that dictate the rhythm of the game. We are the ones that dictate when the attack happens, when the defense happens, when the fight takes place, when the big fight takes place. I'm keen on attacking this huge front here, simply because. Oh, he's actually going for it. He's going for a poke. Okay, that was a bit unexpected. So I'm not sure now whether I should punish him or whether I should simply retreat and calmly wait for his. Okay, he is keen on again. Drakes are not particularly efficient at these skirmishes, and I will be recruiting more. You know, the instinct might be to recruit more augurs at this point, right? But I will not be doing that. I'll be preparing the upcoming attack, and I'll be recruiting. I believe so. 22 plus 14, that is 36. Okay, that was a bit too much damage. Is more damage coming? No. There shouldn't be any more damage coming. However, this glider can retreat easily, not a problem. I don't see him attacking into this. I just don't see him attacking into this. I'll just be retreating. I will be recruiting 2 more fighters. I'll push my Drake warrior forward, and that is it. I don't think much could come out of this in terms of what he can do. He can definitely start pillaging with this scout. However, he definitely doesn't have reinforcements on the southern flank. He does have sizable force on top. However, again, I don't expect him to do much with this force. Not really sure why he's trying to achieve this. Probably he is trying to prevent. So already he is trying to make my day attack a bit less effective, right? So I can definitely understand this, not a problem. However, what it is a problem for me, it's a problem that I can hit this elfish scout, and I am very keen on hitting it. 20%, not that good, I must admit. 40%, relatively okay. It's first watch, so there will be another second watch. From this perspective, I think an augur would be in order. I could also just retreat and be peaceful, and don't cause any issues for anybody, or I could attack this scout. Not really sure. So from this perspective, I will try to, let me see here. Could do strong attack here, but I just feel that it's not worth it. Just choose to retreat and let him be the one to quick, strong, quick. That should be fine. Don't see much happening on this side. This is strong, intelligent. Shouldn't be able to do much versus that. If he does want to attack, he can attack versus this quick, strong clasher. Not a problem. I feel that I honestly don't feel like he can do much if I decide to go this. So let me just organize my thoughts here a bit. Can I keep undoing? Yes, because I activated delay shroud updates. So can for okay, too late now to undo, I guess. Okay, so that should be, I think, enough in terms of defense. So again, I have this clasher, which can be attacked from 3 sides. I'm not particularly worried about it. This warrior, level 2 warrior, my leader, can be attacked from 3 sides. Again, not particularly worried about it. There is a dexterous, there are 2 dexterous archers though. So from this perspective, perhaps that was not the best of ideas. So if I do this, not really sure here. Perhaps if I do this, should basically Okay, I think this is a bit better, to be honest. So even if I lose, even if I am to lose this particular clasher, it's not the end of the world. I can keep reinforcing. I'm putting my Drake Warrior in the middle so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Sorry for this interruption, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I had to take a phone call. So I think this is it. This is my defense. He should not attack into this. It's second watch, so it's relatively dangerous to attack into that. He might go for the clasher. There is no way I could stop him going for the clasher if he wants to. However, I feel that my counter attack would be absolutely devastating. Then again, you never know. Was a bit, think no, I took the damage that I needed to take. Not really sure whether I have discouraged him enough or not. My recruits have been a bit greedy. I've only recruited Drakes basically, and I've only recruited one Augur. If he's going to bring his units on this 40% around this village, which again, I think he will not bring his units on this 40% around this village, then I'm absolutely fine because I can surround him with my fighters and make relatively quick work of his units. As you can see, strategically speaking, he's not attacking into that. I have discouraged him enough, and I can keep building the unit composition that I am hoping for. As you can see, he's retreating on all fronts. Probably thought I was a bit too daring, and he was probably right. However, this is not going to stop my attack on the next day. I am going to put a lot of pressure, and I feel that as time goes by, my units are stronger and stronger. But we shall see about that. Unit composition is really important on the long run for this particular map, and I don't expect him to put any pressure on me. I expect him to be the one defending against pressure and be the one overcompensating in terms of recruiting. So what I will do, I'm going to make a big push now, and I will be again, I do need to heal all my units, so I will probably do this. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I probably should disable delayed shroud updates, and I should put my quick resilient fighter in the middle of the map. There is the leader. He will be trying to reinforce on this side. This particular scout cannot hurt me. I should be looking to placing my gliders here as well. They have good vision and they can help top and bottom. It's just too good of a positioning, and as I will be moving forward with my units, I want them to be next to this augur so that they slowly heal. Again, I'm not going to do anything crazy at the moment. We'll probably, I don't see any augur, so actually I could probably do something crazy. Something like this. I'm going to put my clashes forward and I'm going to say, look, you want to attack my clashes, that's fine, go for them. I have a big massive ball of units coming. It's not a problem for me. Do whatever you want there. I have more fighters coming, so if we are going to start a fight, might as well start it there, not a problem. And shall see you in battle. Let the battle be here rather than next to your castle. Let the battle be close to where I am comfortable to reinforce. I'm sure, relatively sure, he will not go for it simply because it's second watch. And again, I have a lot of units hovering over this area, including my leader, and there will be more and more units coming. So don't expect him to do much. Again, it's a bit of a risk in terms with my unit placement. I mean, if you think about it, my attack has the speed of my slowest unit, right? So my slowest unit might be that I need to bring this auger, right? So there was no point in pushing these clashes so much forward. They could have been a bit more, let's say, a bit more behind. However, I want to impress my enemy that I am extremely confident with this attack. Although, if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 units, maybe 8, could be 8, yeah, 8, maybe 9, although this cannot reach this particular area directly. Maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe again, it's not necessarily 9, but it's somewhere converging towards 9, and he's too scared to attack me as my power phase approaches. As you can see, I'm trying to heal up my damaged units with my auger. Obviously, I'm using villages wherever I can, and yeah, that's basically it. It's all about trying to push him as much as possible. As you can, he's not pushing. He knows. I mean, he sees that I don't have enough muscle in my push to put any real pressure, which is, again, understandable. It is understandable. In order to have scared him a bit more, I feel that I should have had one more auger on the field. They are very useful in counter-attacking, let's say catching some units at dawn while they still deal some damage. Also healing up, having two augers, you could heal a large line rather than two positions in a line, right? So it's always good to have some augers for that magic damage and that intimidation during night. Obviously, I'm not a chaotic faction, but I can still intimidate. Now, you see, his leader is south. He's trying to launch a skirmish, and as I said before, he wasn't particularly strong bottom side, so he was keeping me at bay with two scouts. Really, this is something that I am particularly good at doing, and I'm particularly annoyed when opponents do it to me. But now he's bringing more muscle here. All his units seem to be dexterous. They seem to deal a lot of damage, especially these dexterous archers. They are particularly scary. Now, I am a bit regretful regarding the fact that I have so many. Let me just place my unit here. That should be okay. This should give me an exact idea of where my opponent is. Not really sure whether, again, if he does not recruit a merman, I am absolutely fine with the glider here. In terms of this positioning for the fighter, I want him to be able to come towards the center if needed. For the time being, I don't need anything else. It's just one fighter, it's a quick fighter as well. So annoying. Anyway, let's see how we mount this attack. Don't particularly. So I know his leader is not here. There might be a Wows hiding somewhere. Not particularly impressed though. Now, I am going to try to form a line. Not really sure. If I should attack now or later, we'll put this strong quick clasher here, just so I can prevent any shenanigans from going on. I'm not very keen on getting this particular terrain, simply because I'll be close to these tiles, so I'm not very happy about that. I will be healing on this side. Not really sure whether he would be keen on surrounding my glider. It would be just such a useless target, I feel. And guess what? More reinforcements in terms of fighters, and another quick fighter. That's exactly what I want to see. And if he is thinking of doing shenanigans on the south flank, then so be it. Come on, bring the shenanigans forward. Not a problem for me. He could try to again get the glider. Okay, perhaps this is a bit more, say a bit more, make things a bit more difficult for him to surround me and do all sorts of plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he does come around, be able to just feel that this would be an invitation for shenanigans. However, this feels a bit more closed. Not really sure. I'm not bothered about him attacking into me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, more or less, with more coming. His leader is out of position, so I don't see him attacking into this, by all means. I see him panicking and defending. That's why I'm not really careful with my unit placement. I am even a bit sloppy to invite him attack into me. Not a problem. Let's fight on 40%, man to man. I am not scared of that, right? So, for example, on this particular side, I could have been a bit more tidy, put the clasher up north. However, I don't think he will attack. I don't think he will surround the clasher. I don't think he will do any of that. And with this leader here, and with this, quick, resilient, strong, I feel that I forgot to move my fighter, which is unfortunate to say the least. Probably my fighter forward would have been a bit scarier. In terms, also, I would have had more hands on deck in terms of what I could have done. Okay, another resilient, dexterous fighter here. Not particularly scary. Another one, so he's building an army for the lower bottom part. This tells me that this is my time to attack. Obviously, I will try to do as much as possible during morning. However, he has so many units. It just feels that I can't really do much. I mean, I could definitely attack, but then my units would be hurt, and then the retreat would just be impossible. It just gives you this feeling when you see all these elves basically flocking around these villages. It gives you that that feeling that you are helpless, right? Not really sure if whether I should attack in all these units or not. However, it's difficult for him to manage all these units and all this flank. It's just a huge flank. I am thinking of faking an attack rather than going through with it. It just feels that I don't have enough units. I feel if I do have enough units as elf, then my units would be a bit better, a bit more mobile. I'm talking about these fighters. So let's say I have 100 Drake fighters fighting 100 Elvish fighters. I would say Drake fighters would be obviously better at attacking. Resilient, dexterous, strong. So from this perspective, given how the upkeep works, especially on this map, I would say getting more fighters and having the fight later rather than sooner would work towards my advantage. But again, I might be mistaken. Also, not putting a lot of pressure now would mean I would have 3 fighters barreling down my southern corridor, and it would be incredibly difficult for me to defend against that. I would need 2 skirmishers, I would need fighters, I would need my leader in this area, I would need to defend top. It just feels a bit unnatural, right? So there's really not much I could do here. It's morning. It's a great day to be a Drake. This is dexterous strong. It will deal a lot of damage. Not really sure whether I should attack into this or not. It just feels it feels like a trap going to close around me. So yes, I'm not sure, as I said. Perhaps, well, you only live once, so let's see, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to attack this northern part, which is probably a trap. However, it seems to be going well in terms of damage dealt. I probably need 1 more, and that should be fine. There is a kill, and I should now be focusing on getting, obviously, this village, and now closing the opportunities for counter attack. So, for example, I'll be putting another clasher here, and then I would be putting another Drake fighter here, I would say, and then I would be flying top to at least try to close off the let's say the good spots for this Elvish scouts to close down the attack, and I will be moving my units forward. I will be more or less I wouldn't say abandoning, but you could also say that. I wouldn't particularly let's say protest if you would say abandoning south. I would push these units forward like this. There are lots of Drake fighter coming, and this clasher is the weak link in my attack. Now, considering how things have gone so far, if I move my leader forward, then it would be a bit problematic for me. So from this perspective, I am seeing these fighters pushing forward on the resilient, strong, dexterous, not a problem. I am seeing these fighters pushing forward eventually. Therefore, I will be recruiting 2 skirmishers to deal with whatever aggression comes bottom. I am going to keep this glider here. Why? Because I don't want him to see what is going on. And I want to obviously have an eye on him. I'm not even going to reveal it. I want him to perhaps forget about it, right? So he does not have vision in here. So he might push these two units forward, and he might think he is crafty. However, I will be actually defending with my glider and with my leader and with these skirmishers. So I'm basically defending against a run by at this point. Plus, these skirmishers can prove useful in the future. I don't see a shaman, therefore I went in simply because I won't have my units slowed. And now if he does decide to attack into this, I have one village. I'm having new recruits coming, so I would say that I am in an okay position. However, look at this elvish trap waiting to just basically close on top of me. So let's see, will he go for it? Will he close the trap on top of me? I am ready to fight back with these two skirmishers, either make an attack, either reinforce my army north, or if he's up to shenanigans bottom, then I would at least reinforce with these skirmishers. And that, ladies and gentlemen, hurts. Those are a lot of hits, and I don't see myself doing too well in this game. That was just a lot of hits. Was that 3 out of 3? Yeah, it was 3 out of 3. That was absolutely unbelievable. Plus 72% damage taken. And it's a strong, quick fighter. Not really sure. Will he attack with the archer as well? Probably yes. But that merman is a killer, is a beast. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Will he go for the clasher? I feel that I'm getting a bit too much damage at this point. Too much damage in. However, I also dealt a lot of damage last turn, so I shouldn't be the one complaining. This just hurts. 3 out of 3. Of course, it is 30%, but still 3 out of 3. It's still painful to watch. Not really sure what I could do about it. At least this archer should miss some hits. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I'm basically taking more damage than I should at this point, and this makes things difficult to say the least. Also, I'm not orc. I don't particularly benefit from this village. Probably I attacked too soon, but this remains to be seen. Remains to be seen what he does with these fighters as well. These scouts are also a bit problematic. It's just going to be brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely brutal. This is not going my way. This was probably a bit of a rush decision for me to attack. If I lose 2 units, I'm fine. However, if I lose a third, then this is more or less game over, because I won't have the units to deal damage back. Now he will probably put here, I'm not really sure what, but he needs at least a third unit for this clasher. I also have kind of a trap here waiting to close on something, but it remains to be seen what, and it remains to be seen what units he will put on 40%. Now this particular archer, he is dexterous, he needs to die. This particular archer, he would need to die. I'm not sure whether I would get the access, whether I would get the tiles around him to be able to finish him off. This leader will recruit something here. However, these two would be slow in reinforcing. And I'm even thinking of, if they can't really 1, 2, 3, 4, they can't really reach this as well. So I'm thinking of putting basically the Drake Warrior south, recruiting something, putting the Drake Warrior south, and basically sending these skirmishers to clean up all these elves on 40%. They are both quick, so at least that. There is the elvish trap closing on me. However, I will not disappear silently into the afternoon. I will be dealing some damage back, and it's a bit too late to go back now. At least this one is not quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously all his archers are quick. And these are just going to deal a ton of damage to this clasher. This clasher is not going back, so this is what I was saying. I don't have the option to go back at this point. I have to fight, and even damage against the ogre. It's just unbelievable. What has this ogre ever done to you? It did absolutely nothing. Anyway, let's see how I can best exchange blows with my enemy. I need to kill at least 3 units in order to have any chance of staying into this game. Not really sure, to be honest, which units to use on what. There are these fighters, and as you can see, these fighters are thinking nothing of doing the run-by. He does not see the glider, so he thinks, oh, he's going to do a run-by with the glider. So that's the psychological effect. So I'm going to push these units forward, and I'm going to push them here. And then I will be recruiting some more augurs, because day is coming and augurs, night is coming and augurs are awesome during night. Now in terms of so dexterous, quick, resilient, dexterous, quick needs to die. Okay. Oh, come on! He hit so many times and I can't even hit that. This is just absolutely unbelievable. So I am going to put also this clasher on forest. Okay, clasher can't do much. Okay, at least this one could finish off that unit, but it's just 3 units to kill a fighter. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not sure. 9-4, should I do this or should I kill this particular resilient dexterous fighter? Again, choices, not particularly good choices either. Everything is problematic at this point. So even if I were to attack this Elvish Archer, oh, actually not. I need two hits, but of course I won't get 2 hits. Why would I get 2 hits? It would be just unseen. I'm wondering, why am I wasting time attacking units on 40%? Simply because I don't deal the damage that I need to do. Now, should I go for... Normally this should die, but with my luck, the luck I've had so far, probably it won't. Okay, at least the clasher can deal the damage, so at least I killed 2 units. But that's not enough. Remember, I told you I need to kill at least 3 in order to be able to do anything meaningful with this game. Not really sure now what I should attack. It just feels that this is a decent target, I would say. So quick, strong. Say the 50% target is a decent target. Okay, at least that one can hit. Now I need 8, so I would go for magic. So that one hit as well. I need 1 more kill with the augur, and that should be fine. Now, in terms of what terrain to grab with my fighter, I would say I would need to grab the hill. There it is. And now I think I have enough units killed. So I killed a scout. I killed another scout, 2 scouts. They are particularly annoying. Then I killed 1 fighter because I was hoping to get to this archer, which in the end I didn't. And I killed another archer, which was the damage dealer. And at the same time, I put experience into the augur. And now I have these skirmishes to discourage him from keep pushing forward into my units. And in terms of this particular fighter, I feel that I should put more damage into the dexterous archer. Okay, it's not too much, but this would have to do. I have the glider on the village. Why? Because if he kills the glider, he gets a village, he gets a prize. However, I'm not putting a large prize there. If I put a fighter there, he would have killed a fighter and gotten a village. Now he kills a glider, which is not that useful. It is still useful, but not that useful. And then he gets a village. Therefore, I'm basically reducing and minimizing, again, the reward that he is getting for his effort. Now, in terms of what should this Drake warrior do after recruiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm saying if you are going to do shenanigans on this particular side, if you're going to go around, surround my fighters, then you must deal with the option of the Drake warrior doing something to you. Please go north, attack north. This is where I want you to do. And then leave me alone. And again, this glider is doing a lot in terms of scaring the opponent. So the opponent has no idea what is going on. He does not see this glider, so he knows he needs to have 2 fighters here. So this glider is doing more than enough and basically defending the whole southern front with this glider. And now, even if I lose 3 drakes, I would say it's an even game. If I lose more than 3, then I am again in trouble. If I lose less than 3, then I think I would have already won the game. But we shall see, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see. Whatever he decides to do. Oh, 4 out of 4 without that archer. This is absolutely unbelievable. So that is absolutely unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what he is going to do there. He is probably going to demolish that clasher, and then he's going to move forward to these 3 units. If I lose this cluster of 4 units, then I don't think I can come back from that. Obviously, he does have other units in the way that he needs to finish off before doing anything else. Oh, 2 out of 2 with the Elvish Scout. This is just frustrating, unbelievably frustrating. 2 out of 2 with the Elvish Scout. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I'm going to lose this game, basically. So you get all these very efficient kills. So it's fine to get kills, but efficient kills are the ones that hurt me. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't expect him to finish off this glider. If he finishes off this glider, then I am in big trouble. Again, things are relatively even now. He does have a lot of surface area on this auger. Will he go for this auger? The problem with him going for this auger is that he will get a lot of retaliation damage from these skirmishers. He is not going for the auger, and this is enabling me to level up the auger in the future. And I hope this won't die. It didn't. But still, it's not a great position to be in. It will heal 4 from the auger, but that's basically it. And as you can see, reinforcements are coming from his leader. Reinforcements are coming from my part. However, they are a bit slow. There you go. Archers basically in my face. That is not particularly a nice sight. He is not able to see what is going on, what is coming. Will he go forward? I'm not sure. But I hope not, because okay, not. That's good. Now 5-5 was a relatively even exchange, relatively, but not quite. I don't have any good targets at this point, so I can't really finish off any units. There is the glider And of course, he could have recruited mermaids and dealt with it. However, he chose not to. Now, in terms of what I could do here, obviously, I would want to level up my auger. So I would say something of this sort should be in order. Okay, that dealt decent damage. How much do I need? 4, 3. So I would say this one is 4, 3. Need. Okay, I would need now 2 hits with the auger. Not sure whether I should bring my leader into the battle. I want to, because I want to finish this fighter off as well. Basically retreat behind this fighter. However, it just feels that just doesn't feel right. However, I'm going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I need some hits on the fighter. I got them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I basically need to heal 5, 3, 3, 3. It's a bit dangerous. However, I'm going to do it. I need the kills. There it is, a Saurian soothsayer. And this is going to basically heal my army. I'm going to try to get this with the glider, I would say. Not really sure. But it's a useless unit for... And to be honest, it's a useless unit to put experience into. However, I'm not going to do it, obviously. Oh, come on! I really needed that kill. And that just makes things complicated, ladies and gentlemen. It makes them really complicated. So I think I would try to, again, get the experience into the glider. Oh, not even that. So I can't catch a break, apparently. At least I need to kill this merman with something. At least I have healers here. And I would need to retreat with absolutely everything I own. Not sure whether he will pursue me or not. I did kill 2 units. I might lose 2 more units. I am pretty well defended on this side. However, these 2 units are vulnerable. However, they also deal damage in return. And I do have some chaotic units, 1, 2, 3, 4 coming now. So I'm not really sure whether I should... Okay, what is this? You are not supposed to go anywhere. You are not supposed to go anywhere. Nobody goes anywhere. In terms of this fighter here, probably it's better to retreat. Can he surround my leader? Short answer is yes. Can he reliably surround my leader? No, I don't think so. And if he does decide to push, if he does decide to close the gap with the scout, remember, he only has 1 scout left. Therefore, he can't really close the gap that well. And we shall see now. I think whatever happens, my leader will survive. Hopefully he will need some hits. So he will definitely clear up this fighter. Not sure whether he will decide to push forward onto the other units. This skirmisher is really important. It's really important that he deals some retaliation damage before he dies. And now I'm in a pickle. If he manages to somehow surround my units and get away with it, then I am in deep trouble. If I manage to pull my leader back and he doesn't kill more than 2 units, so for example, these 2 units, if he doesn't kill more than these 2 units, then I am in a great position. We shall see. It's really interesting at this point. Game is, I would say, equal if I don't lose more than 2 units. If I do lose more than 2 units, then I am obviously, like I said before, in deep trouble. the only thing going well for me at this point is this. Okay, if he got 4 out of 4, I would have been incredibly annoyed because, again, that would have been a kill which was too efficient. I despise efficient kills. It's okay for the opponent to get a kill. However, he should work for it. He should invest some attacks into that kill, right? Otherwise, again, here I got the kill on the merman. I don't expect him to recruit another merman. It was particularly annoying from his part to let's say recruit that merman, and that merman did a lot of damage. It hit 3 out of 3 most of times, and as you can see, he deals so much more damage than I do. I took a lot of risks. I basically attacked with fewer units than he had, and this shows that probably I did not play correctly. He has a swarm of units coming my way, and this is going to absolutely punish me. Not really sure how much he wants to punish me. How far is he willing to go? I do have reinforcements coming. This skirmisher is going to deal a lot of retaliation damage no matter how he attacks the skirmisher. Is he going to go for it? That is the question. Does he have any strong fighters? No, he doesn't. So because he doesn't have strong fighters, okay, he's going to have a strong fighter now. I'm thinking he's not going to go for the skirmisher simply because retaliation damage would be too much compared to what damage he could do. Also, I do have the skirmishers, so I have the other skirmisher who will be able to basically deal damage back. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, I am fine. I got away with my attack, and what I got out of my attack was basically a soothsayer. That was basically it. Which is nothing to be laughed at. It's quite good for healing and sustaining, sustained healing during attacks. Now, in terms of what he's doing now here, he is going to do an absolutely massive attack at day, and I will not be able to defend it. I will not be able to hold villages, right? So we'll do this, and I will do that, I think, and this, and this. Again, surrounding my soothsayer, and also I do intend to bring my quick, strong fighter back. I'm going to do this. So in case he does any shenanigans, at least I have my fighter to help bottom. And this particular glider should be able to see what's coming at him. There it is. So I have a glider for top, I have a glider for bottom, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not really sure whether that would be enough or not. However, having this auger would enable me to play a bit more freely in terms of villages. That is one important gain from that attack, and that might be the deciding factor later on. Now, let's see whether this would prove to be, on the long term, a good outcome of that attack or not. I do need to desperately recruit units. There will be lots of fighters. I do need them to go back and forth. I do feel like if he had a shaman, I wouldn't have made that attack at all. But again, I am digressing. He defended pretty well. So you see 7 kills, losses 6. My units are more expensive. So, and also he dealt so much damage to me. There it is. There is the scouts trying to do the run by. Not a problem, I feel, because I do have the skirmishers and they are in a good position to deal with scouts. Now, I'm thinking more fighters. So you see, I never showed my glider, so he has no idea what is going on at this point. So I'm sure he knows there is a glider there, and but I never scouted with my glider back and forth, right? I'm keeping him here just to play mind games with here. He will forget about the glider. Maybe he has a label here. He will not forget it, or maybe there is no glider. He he maybe he forgets. But as you can see, um, okay, there it is. The attack coming from him, however, his units are a bit injured, therefore he will not be able to be as effective as he pleases, I'm sure. Now, the problem is with the composition of my faction is that I have both chaotic and lawful units. Therefore, it's a bit confusing if he does take the village during second watch. Can he achieve much or not? Not really sure. However, I don't expect him to recruit a lot of scouts, and to be fair, scouts are the ones that annoy me a lot. So from this perspective, I will be happy. I will be recruiting lots of fighters again, because I have the mobility and also I can deal retaliation damage. Not sure whether he will recruit the merman. That merman was incredibly annoying on 60%, dealing 3 out of 3 all the time. It was a pain to deal with. What I need to focus on now, I need a level 2 Drake. This would make my attacks a bit better. For example, this quick, strong fighter is a good contender for that. It will take me a long time before I achieve that, though. The soothsayer, again, it's amazing. However, getting level 2s on these units not particularly useful. Perhaps another augur level 2 would be fine. However, remember, I'm paying upkeep for all these level 2s, and I would rather have drakes that deal real damage rather than augurs. Now, in terms of my recruits, again, definitely fighters. Okay, resilient, intelligent, I would be fine with that. And not really sure, it's not really necessary to. So I'm sure this won't try to make any run-bys. Pretty sure of that. I would even take my fighter here. So if he does attempt to make a run-by, I have the fighter, I have the skirmisher, and I have more units coming. Not a problem. I'm bringing my intelligent quick skirmisher top. He's on 60%. Why not? He will definitely not grab this village. No matter how much he wants to show that he is willing to take it, he will not do it. I can guarantee. Now let's see what's coming towards me. Okay, is this leader there? There is a sizable force. However, I'm not too worried about that. And I will be able to put my units, let's say, somewhere in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that should be enough. Again, I am just interested in replenishing my army. I'm not interested in anything else. I made the move with my leader, which was risky. I felt that I needed the damage to secure my retreat. I'm not really sure what he will do at this point. Whatever he does, I will be able to defend, fight back. I highly doubt he will attack during day anyway. So, but I would be pushed in this awkward position where it is day and I am I am defending, and it is night and I am attacking. So I would become more of a Saurian lord rather than a Drake king. But we shall see. Again, my only concern at this moment is replenishing my army. Less clashes, although clashes served me well before. However, with drakes, I can basically fly. I can make an attack bottom, and then I can fly here through this corridor. And I can also have my skirmishers doing run-bys. I can do loads of things with fighters. Clashes are a bit slow. Maybe one clasher should be enough. However, they are expensive. I think fighters against elves, they do give you a lot of value for their money. Now, again, this game has settled down. I don't expect it to be particularly. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I received a phone call. I had to stop for a second there. There is the attack coming, and not really sure what he is trying to achieve here on this particular flank. I'm going to push forward myself. Why not? I'm not the only one on the southern flank. I could be the one pushing forward, or I could not be the one pushing forward. He has 3 units here. I feel that I shouldn't be showing my glider. Either way, I'm not sure whether he wants to attack into this. I definitely don't recommend him to. So if he would listen to me, I would not recommend him to attack into this defense that I'm mustering here. So definitely not. Now this is a quick skirmisher, so no reason not to put him on the village. And if this scout does any shenanigans, the skirmisher can obviously. Okay, the skirmisher can obviously surround him, and I would be the one on the delivering end of the shenanigans, right? So also the skirmisher can reach this village, can safely retreat to this village. So that would be absolutely fantastic for me. Then I would again take advantage of my superior mobility, and I would be pushing this particular fighter forward so I can close the trap onto the unsuspecting elf. Now, I am tempted to recruit a burner simply because it's good to have one around. So, quick, there it is. That's what I was hoping for. A quick burner, and then going back to fighters. Why not? More fighters. And in terms of what's coming towards me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing is coming towards me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. Okay, I'm just going to push this. I'm going to put this glider forward, and I'm going to say, if you do want to attack me, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go a bit back. I'm going to be nice. So if he does want to attack into all these fighters, he can be my guest. However, it's important that every single one of my units deals retaliation damage to every single one of his units. So it's retaliation versus retaliation, and that should be fine. I want to recruit one more time, I just feel, and then I'll push my leader forward. Let me see. He's definitely not going to attack during the day. Well, we shall see now how this unfolds. I'm not sure whether he's banking or whether he has been reinforcing his plethora of units with more. Now, if you look at this again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7 fighters, 3 archers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fighters, 1 archer. You could call these archers, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 11, 12 versus 11. I refuse to believe there aren't reinforcements here. If he's banking, then he's probably trying to defend versus a knight attack. I'm not really sure. However, I feel that now with this burner and these soothsayers, I would be a bit better equipped at attacking, let's say, a village that has a fighter in it. Obviously, skirmishers are there to reinforce and grab strategic positions behind enemy lines. It's everything is absolutely fine. However, we do need to let's say attack. It will be difficult to break all these elves on 60%, 50%, 60%, 60%. It will be difficult to break them. I would need tons of damage. For this, I need a level 2 unit. So sure, my leader can assist a bit with the attack. Don't get me wrong. However, I need something more, let's say, more reliable, because my leader does need to go back and recruit sometimes, right? So from this perspective, it's not it's not always efficient to use your leader when doing these attacks. Now, I do have my skirmisher on the southern flank, where I could make some plays, obviously, some run-bys for the villages. But don't think I could obviously do much there, simply because there are so many units on the map now. So a run-by would be more efficient in the beginning. If I had a skirmisher for the beginning of the game, then it would have been fine. Yeah, but now it's a bit too late. I expect him to be able to reinforce relatively easily. Now he's playing without vision. He only has 1 scout. He has it here on the southern flank. He wishes to see this glider, of course, which is basically my eye in the sky. I don't expect him to recruit a merman anytime soon. Try to deal with this glider, simply because he's too worried about my attack north. Then again, I went back, I recruited a lot, I'm coming back again, and it feels that I'm doing all the work. However, I should be the one doing all the work, because I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there it is. There is the shaman for counter attacking. I'm pretty sure it was not a misclick, even if he says so. I don't believe him. There you go. And now, because he doesn't have a scout, it's difficult for him to get behind me, and I can be a bit more relaxed with the way I'm organizing my units. If he does burn through these units, then he will have a good price here in terms of this particular Saurian soothsayer. Now, don't expect him to attack into this. I have units coming, units that are willing to fight. They are here to fight. Even put this quick resilient one here. Now put this even into the water. Quick strong should deal a lot of damage. Don't think he will go with the scout into the water to deal damage to this one. Perhaps he will. So, but this would again enable me to shift the focus of my attack from top to bottom, and I will put my fighter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So put my fighter into a position here so I can try to. So again, fighter and another fighter. More fighters coming, and I would basically put my leader in this position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be able to reach any single unit hit. Any single unit on the map. Now, in terms of him attacking this glider, I'm not going to make a target out of it. I'm going to tuck him in really nicely. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I do want him to attack the glider. Or maybe not. Not really sure. Now I'm a bit hesitating. Why? Because I want basically to protect this level 2 unit, right? So if he does go for all these, for this skill, for example, for the strong resilient fighter, I do want to protect this level 2 soothsayer as much as possible, right? So I am going to play it this way. Also, I'm going to try to make put a bit of pressure bottom with this skirmisher, and this should be enough to make him retreat and organize his defense a bit, a bit behind rather than advancing his units so much. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units, 15. It's more or less balanced. However, if he does attack during afternoon into my units here, I do feel that I'm in a good position to retaliate strongly, especially using my leader. So by the time the shaman gets here, most of the units will be dead, so it won't really matter at that point. There are lots of fighters on the field. Again, it might seem a bit like a 1-unit game. It is not. It is basically because I do have these Saurian soothsayers, I do have the burners, I do have the other units for diversity, for utility in certain situations. However, fighters are important on this map because, again, they offer 6 movement. They also offer retaliation in terms of ranged attack, similar to what fighters offer, and they are as expensive as archers. However, they have higher HP. Therefore, in a battle in plain field, they can exchange blows quite efficiently with the archers. Burner, again, just here to deal with the fighter, or if I recruit another burner and it is not quick, then I wouldn't be so happy. Having 2 burners for getting difficult villages, sure, it can work. It might be a good idea. However, then I will always the speed of my attack will always have the speed of my slow 5 movement burner. There it is, intelligent, resilient. Anyway, I'm not going to make another joke about this shaman. I believe we are past that. Again, last time I won the attack in the north, if you remember. Now I'm focusing more on the south. Why? Because I feel that I can go through this passage and be switch a bit the targets. Doesn't mean that I will also succeed. I feel that I need him to make a mistake. I'm just so real. I attacked last time into a bunch of elves. However, it could have ended badly if I had more bad luck. I just feel that I could, for example, catch his elvish scout somehow. That would be a good outcome. However, if I do go for such a play and I do push my units here and I catch, and it will take me a long time to kill, and by the time I kill that unit, these units will come bottom and they will reinforce. It feels that he has been banking a bit. I'm not going to attack at afternoon. That would be suicidal. Definitely not going to do that. I'm definitely going to stay back. And that's the problem with drakes. You do need to attack in a large formation of units, and you do need to win that fight. There is no plan B. There is no going back. You need to exchange efficiently, like I more or less did, or is game over. Anyway, enough with complaining about drakes. Let's mount a defense somehow. Could possibly go for this fighter. The problem is with this fighter, I could probably go for it. I could probably even kill the fighter. I could probably I could probably, get this, but then I'll have the moment, I'll have the leader, he will slow me down. It will be impossible for me to go back. And without any village, again, I don't see myself doing much with that attack, to be honest. So I do need to prepare my retreat. So this is what I will do. I will be preparing my retreat and I will pull my units back. Okay, so this is me pulling most of my units back. don't know why I put the auger here and I put this soothsayer bottom, simply because they might look the same. Which was a newbie mistake from my side. In terms of this skirmisher, he is more than fine on the hill, I feel. I'm even making rhymes there without even meaning to. Now, in terms of what should I recruit from now on, I feel that a auger should be in order, because if he does grab a village, I want to be able to make the quick work of that fighter. If he does grab a village with the archer, I again want to be able to make quick work of that archer with the skirmishers. So either way, I think I need 3 augers and 3 skirmishers just to make his attacks even more awkward. And then I will be able to keep recruiting drakes. I must be careful not to recruit too many augers. If I see that his fighters are not strong, right? You see, he does not have any strong fighters. Maybe only one. I saw one, I think. Dexterous, resilient, strong, quick. Only one. So it would be difficult for him to kill all these augers efficiently, right? So what are you doing here? Okay, so that's why I am going to recruit a bit more augers, simply because he does not have quick fighters. I'll be recruiting skirmishers as well. So this shaman is saying basically, if you're not going to make the best attack, I will counterattack. So my skirmishers would say, if you are not going to make the best attack, I will counterattack. So this is the power of skirmishers. Anyway, we are going to see his attack, hopefully, anytime soon. But no matter what happens, no matter how he plays this, I will make sure to attack next day. So don't worry, guys. I will give you some action. I feel that we are reaching the critical mass of units, and I feel that Drake is slowly becoming unstoppable. At this point, I might be mistaken, but I feel that now is the time to attack. So next day should be the final, not necessarily the final, but it would be a big attack. I will follow up with a big attack during next day. I am even thinking about recruiting another burner to be able to deal with those fighters in villages. So that should make life difficult for our elf, another burner. But it really depends. If he's too aggressive, I might be recruiting another skirmisher, which again helps me in attack, because I can go behind enemy lines, grab strategic positions, and be fine. Try to block his movements so that he cannot organize his defense that well. In terms of the let's say the unit composition, I'm tempted to recruit another clasher. Again, just because you need diversity, and because 4 attacks versus 60%, some of them, if not most of them, will go through. If you're lucky, most of them will go through. So it would be a different mechanics than this fighter, which has only 3 attacks. But again, I might be mistaken. So because it's the last attack, I would be getting a clasher. However, you see, whenever I recruit a clasher, his archers surround him and do ranged attacks, and they get absolutely no damage in return. That's why I'm a bit reluctant to recruit the clasher. Whereas whenever the clasher attacks, then he always gets damage in return. I mean, even from the archer, he gets some damage in return. From this perspective, I'm tempted to keep going with fighters and burners. And these burners should, during the day, deal a lot of damage back to the fighters. They shouldn't die so easily. Of course, they also are quite well versus, they also fare quite well versus the archers. Then again, we should see how he organizes his defense. I don't particularly see him making a push. I would expect him to just stop here, which would basically, I would basically say, yeah, okay, I respect your attack, so I will go back as well, just to show that I am a gentleman. Why not? We are all gentlemen here. Then it's really important how he plays on the southern part, because if he does advance with all his units here, I might be tempted to push forward with my skirmisher, right? So it's a bit tricky, right? So okay, this is a very philosophical discussion about sushi, which you, ladies and gentlemen, can definitely enjoy later on. You can ask Kim about his expertise, and also Matto about his taste. I do feel that this is going to end soon, more or less. I am going to attack. I am not going to stand by and see this elf recruiting more and more units. Now, again, I'm having a good mix of units, therefore I'm not really chaotic or lawful, arguably, although I do deal more damage during daytime. I think, no, it depends on how he moves. I'm thinking of recruiting one unit, pushing my leader forward, and just attacking if he gets too bold. If he doesn't get too bold, then I shall reconsider. However, this particular scout is in a annoying position for me, that is. I can't really I mean, obviously my glider is also an annoying position. And as you can see, Matto is talking instead of moving. This is a bit annoying because I didn't set timer. I forgot. Therefore, this is going to be, but it doesn't matter. It's just good banter. Just a small comment. It shouldn't take up too much time, to be honest. So that is absolutely fine. Good jokes. Entertaining the crowd. This is one of the aspects when you are playing like this. Is that the crowd can obviously enjoy, can comment. I'm sure in observer chat, things that we can't really see, they are discussing all these moves and they are making predictions similar to a chess game. What will happen next? Is it good to attack? Is it not? Who has the advantage? And so on and so forth. As you can see, he's placing his units on 70%. He's more worried about this aspect rather than getting a forward position which would be close to my villages. He knows that he is close to losing the game if I manage to make a successful attack. Therefore, he's not too worried about getting close. He's worried about not dying from a counterattack from my side. I mean, you can see terrain. I basically placed my units here, preventing him from grabbing this terrain. I'm basically saying, you want to grab this terrain, wait another turn, right? Don't be so hasty. Don't be so greedy. Now, it is dusk, and I do have some chaotic units. I am so tempted to attack. It's basically extremely annoying not to. However, I will control myself and I will attack when the time is right. I will basically try to lure him into my defenses, try to lure him into this terrain here, which is a bit farther away from his keep, and then I will launch my attack. So I am even keen on recruiting another skirmisher, and that should basically give me the freedom of attacking during dusk, during dawn, during any particular time of day. But it remains to be seen, again, how he places the rest of his units. Does he place them in an arc like this, in an arch like this, or does he basically place them in a line a bit more aggressively? If he does place them in a line, then obviously, you see, just one skirmisher here is basically making him nervous, because this skirmisher means one more tile to attack a unit. So you see how he's filling up all this terrain here, all these units here. It's just a bit it's scary, really, looking at all these fighters here. It is really, really scary. I don't see him attacking during night. Therefore, I am keen on recruiting more lawful units. We shall see how that works out for me. However, he did push his units a bit forward, which tells me that he it tells me that he is not in a position to deal with the southern Rambai, right? So he will not be able to deal with this Rambai here, if he does choose to. Now, in terms of me trying to get this particular scout, making this scout a target, could do that sneaky play. Could basically try myself to grab some terrain, and I could basically say, okay, you want to fight, that is absolutely fine, go for it, but we don't fight here, we fight a bit south. I just am a bit fixated on this scout. I particularly want to limit his vision. Not my okay. Okay, that would have been terrible for me to attack in. So there is a wows there. And there it is, all game, a sneaky wows, similar to my sneaky glider. I guess he was waiting for this all the time to basically show it. And I'm not sure whether there are more wowses hiding or not. Either way, I should probably stop recruiting augurs. I saw wows. I'm definitely recruiting another burner. At this point, I do need to have some burners on the field. Oh, resilient strong. I really wished I would have had the chance to. No, he's basically trying to discourage me with this wows of doing any shenanigans to this particular scout. So I'm not going to do any shenanigans, by all means. I am going to retreat nicely, not a problem. And I am going to activate. No, first, I'm going to scout, and I'm going to see what he has in store for me. Probably it's no use. So, for example, 1, 2, 2, 2. So means 1, 2. I could do this as well. There is his leader, and he recruited another scout again. So I will put this back here. I'll tuck it back in. Should be fine. I am absolutely safe. So you see his leader and the other scout, which tells me he is going for a longer game. Not a problem. I'm not going to attack into this anyway. So I am going to instead retreat. And I am going to make a huge line with my units. Something of this sort. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything about this. can even just, fake some pressure here. Just make him stay in his villages with one skirmisher. And at the same time, basically form a line here. Not particularly scared of him. If he wants to attack, by all means do it. Not scared. Attack wherever you can. Not a problem for me. And another burner, and I see myself recruiting another fighter, and then 3 basically add even more discouragement to his attack. Say, okay, good, attack into these units, not a problem for me. I will go back and recruit, or maybe I will go forward and attack. You never know. Either way, should be interesting how he manages to play this. I'm not even going to worry about micromanaging my unit placement. I basically have a large flock of drakes, and this flock of drakes is going to stay back, wait for the right time to attack. And the right time to attack is dawn, because dawn I can make use of my soothsayer. Either way, I would say that either way, I would say that I will probably be able to attack again, I will be very aggressive now. If he does move forward, I will attack into him, no questions asked. If he does move forward in these particular swathes of forest and hills and whatnots, I will attack into him, no questions asked. I will surround him with all my flying units, hopefully. And I'm saying this now, but this all depends on how much damage I will be able to make with the soothsayer and these 2 augurs. It's really, really important. Do I manage to get a kill? Do I not? What do I do? Either way, I would say drakes are in a good position here. I'm not really sure. I have 23 recruits. I lost 6 units, so probably I have 17 units on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Probably he has 17 as well, somewhere around here. Probably has more, simply because his units are a bit cheaper. However, in the grand scheme of things, judging how the upkeep works, I think my units are a bit stronger, and I think I should be able to press on with the attack soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fighters. I don't have that many fighters if you think about it. There will be one more fighter coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I do have enough. Either way, I will be pushing forward, and I will be trying to end this once and for all. The problem is that I did not set timer, and he has a lot of units to manage and a lot of possibilities to compare. And this is going, and he's also going to be right back. Therefore, I'm going to pause this. And we are back. So Matto's back. He was going to be away for a while, and he's back. And he is obviously moving his units forward to attack north. I am half tempted to attack back. I do have 3 augurs here waiting to do damage, and I have a resilient strong one, which is particularly excited to fight this head on. Not really sure whether I should go for it or not. Let me see how much damage does this soothsayer do. 7, 3, 21. That is fine. Let's go for it, ladies and gentlemen. I am sick of waiting. All this dancing back and forth has making me has made me anxious. So will it? So I have resilient, intelligent here, and I'll be going for that. There it is. So one particular fight here, then I will put the resilient, strong one there. There should be some damage in, and there is. So the fighter, the archer, is dead. Now there's always a question: what happens next? So I do need a strong fighter on this particular somebody that can survive for a long time. I would say this burner would be relatively okay, or this skirmisher would also be okay. I would say, or neither, not really sure. However, as you see what I am doing here, I am using my chaotic units to deal damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be absolutely fine. So I will probably recruit one more Saurian, and then I would push my leader forward. So there it is, one more Saurian Augur. Strong, intelligent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So ready to pounce on this archer if needed. Now I will put on this 60%. I will put this skirmisher, and that's it. So basically I would have a look at what he is doing versus 60%, not only myself. In terms of what goes on this particular side, it must be a burner, simply because I want him to, if he does attack the burner in the end, if he does go for the burner, I do want him to do it not with an archer. I want him to do it with a fighter. Fighter would be easier to remove from that village. Now, in terms of what happens on this side, I would say I'll put the glider here and this resilient, intelligent fighter here. So that should form a nice line, or if not, then that should form a nice line. There's no way he's going to attack all the way north. I would like to think so. I would hope so. Or I would make, perhaps I'll maybe make this line. And then, or maybe I'm just being too fiddly here. Shouldn't be this fiddly. I should just do this. There it is. Now definitely he will not attack into this. Now in terms of what happens on the bottom side, again, I should make sure that I have a lot of units here to deal with this attack. So I will place this fighter here, resilient, another resilient fighter here, and another resilient fighter here. That should provide some. And why not another one? And another one here, just in case units start dying left and right. And now I do have the warrior ready to pounce as well. And not really sure what else I could do to make this incursion a bit more difficult. I can put another fighter here as well. And basically I'm saying, okay, you want to attack at second watch, do it. However, I have all these fighters ready to fight back. You see, I have a big concentration of units here. No matter how much you start killing from the top, there will be other shields waiting for you. You will have to go through all of us before you are able to do anything. So whatever you want to do, you better make it work now or never. He does have three actually, 1, 2, 3 tiles. I also have 3 tiles, or maybe 2. Again, I'm taking a bit of risks simply because I am the defending side. I do have the defender's advantage. Now, in terms of what he's doing bottom, I don't really care that much. So as long as I can obviously support with my glider, then I would be absolutely fine. I will even push the glider forward just so I can help even more with the fight if necessary. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I am more or less all in. I'm not going to attack with the skirmisher. The skirmisher is here to defend. It has 60%. No matter what attacks him, he will deal some damage back. This is an augur that will die without getting the experience. So there it is. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, can I make something more happen on this particular side? Can I undo? Apparently not. 1, 2, so 3, then 4 movement points. Okay, there it is. Nothing on this side, so not a problem. Let's see what happens with the leader. Then I shall see. Should have my leader to reinforce. His leader is far away, so not really sure what more can I do here. However, no matter what happens, I will be fighting back. I got only 1 kill. Probably I will lose 2 units, but even if I lose 2 units, I am relatively happy with this, because this means his units will get on 40%, will get in the middle of the field. Plus I killed one of his damage dealers. It was a dexterous archer, so he only has 2 damage dealers now. And then I am full of fighters. So will he attack all these fighters? It remains to be seen. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. However, I am the one reinforcing. As you can see, my supply is quite low. This is a sign that I should be fighting. I should be exchanging units. I'm not going to go back. I am going to make my stand here. And is he going to fight? Is he going to be able to kill a lot of units or not? Again, he will have to extend his units on 40% for the most part if he does want to get a kill. If he misses something at this stage, then I will be able to, if he misses a bit, so for example, let's say he goes for this augur and he misses and he doesn't manage to get the kill in the end, then I would be in a brilliant position. If he goes for this augur, I expect him to kill this augur. However, in order to kill this augur, he will need to actually try to use a fighter from this forest, which would make the fighter 60%, which would make this defense not that effective. So it's always interesting to see what he chooses to play, how he chooses to play it. However, you see this particular forest cannot be taken by an archer. It can perhaps be taken by a shaman, which I'm not particularly worried about, simply because I have so many units and because I am fighting. I'm not running away. So here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens, how he chooses to play this. Again, it's second watch. I do have some chaotic units. If I manage to keep them alive, then I am absolutely golden. But we shall see again how he chooses to play this. I don't expect him to be able to do much. I expect him to go back. I expect him to retreat. I expect him to play into my hand or make a stand here. Not a problem. I did my best to maximize my chances to win. I feel that this is the time. This is the time when he basically has 3 units committed here, one of which is the leader, and he's going for it, ladies and gentlemen. And 60%, this is what can happen on 16%. On 60%, one can miss, and he missed just enough. He missed 3 out of 4. Now it's a bit problematic going for this augur. He does need to go with there's a strong one. He would need to go with the strong one, and he would need basically 2 out of 4 with the strong one. Okay, that is also fine. Again, I'm not particularly worried. He dealt damage. Dealing damage is fine. However, he was not very efficient in dealing that damage. So as you can see, again, he got the kill with the archer. However, he was going for 70% defense. However, he did get a lot of retaliation back. And guess what's coming? Another augur ready to deal damage here. So There it is. He's attacking versus 60% versus chaotic. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe this game is in the bag. It's looking incredibly so. I was a bit lucky this turn, but not that lucky. I was a bit... Oh, yes! And I was a bit lucky with this Augur. However, this is what can happen versus 60%. He only had 2 sides to attack this Augur from. I took the risk and it paid off. 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4. And this is looking incredibly, increasingly likely to be a absolutely a cleanup by the army of drakes. They are going to eat these elves up for, I'm not sure what time of day will be, for breakfast. Oh no, for dinner. It would be a late dinner, right? So again, these recruits, I'm not particularly bothered about. His leader is far away from reinforcing. This wows doesn't do absolutely anything. By the time the wows get here, I would have already gotten full use of my augurs. I lost only 1 unit. Again, I killed 1 unit. I lost 1 unit. Is a great exchange. I'm not really sure whether he wants to be continuing to be messing around with my drake, simply because I am keen on attacking, even if it's second watch. He knows that. And for example, look at this elvish fighter. He is close to dying simply because he got some return damage from the augur. So the augur is coming to destroy this archer, which will free up this particular tile, and this will be absolutely, it will hurt the elf. If elf wanted to make a fight here, he should attack with absolutely everything he has. He should deal damage left and right. I believe it's all or nothing at this point. He shouldn't be ranging the fighter. Ranging the fighter deals absolutely nothing. This will heal, or most of it will heal, and he got basically a bit of damage back. Not really sure what this Merman Hunter is trying to do. This is me losing south. This is definitely what is going to happen. I'm going to lose south. However, there are no quick fighters here. These fighters should be top in the main fight. They shouldn't be bottom, where they can't really compete with this quick skirmisher. So okay, I'm really excited now to see how this plays out. I need my hits, obviously. Without the hits, there is nothing I can do. But I am confident that I can kill most of these fighters, and then retreat would not be an option for them. And as you can see, this skirmisher here on 60%, and the fact that he lacked strong fighters, he wasn't, he wasn't really able to exchange blows effectively with this skirmisher, right? So he didn't go for it. So at the same time, he went for this augur, and look what happened when he went for the augur with only 2 tiles. Now, let's see, will I be able to capitalize on this or not? Definitely, augur comes from the recruit, and hopefully... Oh no! I was hoping for an easy cleanup. It seems it's not going to be so. Not a problem. I was just going to put more experience into my augurs. However, they might obviously die with only 13 hit points. However, these are the risks. Now, in terms of what to play next, I would put my Saurian Soothsayer there to heal up all these units. However, it just feels a bit... It just feels that I could use it somewhere else more effectively, if you know what I mean. I could also, try to deal damage with this burner. See what happens with the burner. 5 out of 4. Do I have any experience lying around? I feel that this is indeed a great position for my Soothsayer. However, pushing it forward like that, it's just... Okay, I'm gonna do it. Never mind. Please miss once. Miss once. Oh, of course not. He basically got that 3 out of 3, which makes things a bit weird from my side. Now, in terms of what goes in that particular place. I am keen on attacking this shaman, and I am keen on dealing as much damage as possible. Therefore, I use the fighter. Will this be enough? I need 3 out of... So how much damage this dealt? Strong Resilient dealt 6. So I need 3 out of 4. With this skirmisher, will I get it? That is the question. Apparently not. So I didn't get it. However, this shaman is close to dying. It's not a good position to be in. Now, in terms of these slots, I will be using the burners. So again, this is in great danger, the soothsayer. However, he has better targets in terms of this fighter and this ogre. I really doubt he will be going for the soothsayer. Now, in terms of this fighter, again, be dealing damage in this way. It's not too bad. Now, in terms of other units, I would say... not really sure. Yeah. Perhaps deal damage with the marksman. Get some more experience into the glider. However, I don't see that doing much. Definitely attack this. Again, try to minimize the area of attack. This archer, also this archer getting a bit low. Always nice to see. Always difficult for him to play around that. Could put some damage into this fighter. Again, day is coming and I want to be able to finish off units. However, you see this might happen sometimes. Now, in terms of this fighter, 5-3, don't see that particularly well. I am keen on simply putting pressure, making sure I have a good area in the north. In terms of these other units, again, I'm keen on keeping some sort of line. Not keen on going for this wows just yet. Keeping some sort of line would be in order. Could also go aggressively. Not really sure at this point. Not really sure. Perhaps just retreating here would be a bit better, a bit more cautious. Now, again, I have this skirmisher, which will make things a bit awkward for him. And I am keen on recruiting something, anything to assist me with this fight. Another skirmisher to pick up, to clean up units. If the line breaks, that's it. Basically, he is also broken. And this skirmisher and this leader forward should be more than enough deterrent to make him go back. Saying this, I am thinking of just pushing forward with my units. I'm not sure whether this will deal enough damage or whether it would be a good idea. I'm more keen on keeping the line once more, as I said. I will place my fighter here in case things go south in this area. Again, should be fine. And I will again move back with this glider. It does not really matter at this point, I feel. He will have a lot of area on this quick, strong fighter. From this perspective, I am keen on closing that area on the fighter. Okay, go for the glider if you wish to get the kill. If not, not a problem. And I'll go here with the fighter just so I can attack both south and north. Again, I don't even know how many kills I got. I think I got I got 2 kills. Yeah, I got 2 kills. And if I basically lose only 2 units, I think I am absolutely fine. What is this? Okay, this is the fighter. So not really sure now what he can do other than go back. He lost 2 archers, therefore it's difficult for him to deal damage to all my fighters. He can instead go for the augurs. However, it would be, I mean, this augur definitely is killable. However, it would be a difficult target simply because he does not have strong fighters, and it will be, it's a line that is, in my opinion, arguably unbreakable. So he can definitely break the fighter, but then he will get these units on 60%. So it's not necessarily okay. There it is. So this particular augur, he only had there was only one tile. He did not even manage to slow the fighter down. At this point, slowing the fighter does not really matter, to be honest. This is a line that is not good to be messed with. However, there is a nice hit from the wows. I might be mistaken. However, since this fighter did not die, even if he kills this skirmisher, he will not be able to push through. He will not be able to take advantage of, oh my god, that is actually scary. Again, this glider has done absolutely nothing than soak that damage, so the glider will be going back again without achieving much. However, you see this soothsayer here unscathed. He will heal up 24 hit points, and this comes back to the original attack that gave me this soothsayer, and we shall see. Again, it was not particularly important to slow this fighter. It was important to kill it. Of course, he might have said, look, I did not get enough hits with my dexterous archer, therefore I can't really kill it, therefore I might as well slow it down. However, I feel that he should have taken the risk to eliminate this fighter and then perhaps use the tile to attack the skirmisher, eliminate the skirmisher as well. This is some of the risk that I took when I was attacking. And we shall see. At this point, I think there is nothing that is going to happen. The South battle, he won it. However, it will be too late for him to pick up the results. His leader is far away from reinforcing, and I am able to reinforce, and I have this line with drakes that I absolutely love to fight on a plain field without obviously without defense, without the advantage of defense. So this shouldn't be a problem for me. And you shall see here the heals pop up or pop out, and we shall be able to finish off this particular shaman as well, and I'll be able to get yet another level 2 unit. Okay, there is the merman who is owning at this point. He owns the southern village. Good for him. However, it's a bit too little, too late. I don't expect this to be a game changer by any means, and I should be able to go behind with this skirmisher and get some more important targets. Not really sure at this point how exactly the execution, but I just feel that I should be able to basically kill a lot of units next dawn as soon as I get my chance to do it. So it should be here. Lots of fighters should. So lots of these fighters should die. Not necessarily now. However, lots of these fighters, as you see, they are on 40%, and they basically are easy targets for me. Now, you saw all those heals. That is basically what is giving me the edge in this game. So I'm going to play it smart. I'm going to basically get this. Okay, there it is. I'm going to get an oracle. Why? Because I already have a Saurian soothsayer. So an oracle would actually make my life a bit easier in terms of actually killing some of these units. Now, you see, I basically empty this tile for the fighter. Then I have another slot to attack this fighter as well. Well, I actually don't. However, not the end of the world. I'm going to go for this target here, and I am going to probably get it. It has 20% defense, so that is going to absolutely fall to 2 burners, and suddenly all my other units will, I mean, for example, the skirmisher and the Saurians will actually be able to roam freely. Now, in terms of this scout here, 60%, yes, but my leader should hit once. That's all I needed there, and I should get more hits in. Hopefully now I only need 3 out of many attacks. So there it is, another attack, and there is now the this particular side opening up as well, and hopefully I should be able to deal, maybe not that much damage as I was hoping to deal. Not a problem. I should be careful though with my leader. I should be closing up my flank, right? They should try to prevent him from again doing some sort of leader kill or some shenanigans there with my leader. Now, in terms of the remaining units, again, this one is on 40%, so I should be able to, again, kill that fighter, as I said. Now, I should be able to put this, even feel, okay, never mind, too late to go back now. Not a problem. In terms of this, not really sure whether I should go south or I should insist here. I can insist. Again, try to whittle down these fighters, make sure he does not have many options left in terms of swapping them around. And in terms of this particular tile, I could put this fighter, and I believe it does not really matter at this point. Might as well deal some damage, use the tile. I do have some healing behind. I'll put some healing behind these fighters as well. It's not as much as I wanted to, but it's better than nothing. And again, some reliable healing on this skirmisher. And one more skirmisher coming up. This should be, ladies and gentlemen, the end of this game, which was incredibly fun, incredibly demanding, and we saw how to manage large, and there is the surrender, and there it is. So my opponent surrendered. Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you play Drake's. Slowly got an advantage there and then capitalized on it. Once Drake's build up a critical mass of units, I feel that with the proper execution, you can even attack at night. You can even attack at any time of day, as long as you have the numbers to keep a line going. So I hope you guys like this game. This is basically a textbook Drake game. This is a map where you can fully utilize the advantages of this faction to the maximum. So I hope you guys liked it, and I shall see you, ladies and gentlemen, later.